Hey there folks, BlackCross here. It's been a while since I've done a video game review, and I figure I'd bring up more of an impressions video because this is coming from a demo, and I've only done this twice, so this was actually involving a game that I recently discovered, and I was interested, and I wanted to try it out, and I tried out the demo, and I have to say I'm very satisfied with what I got to play out of. So for those that are curious, this is SD Gundam Battle Assault. And for those that are curious, they're going to be like, really? SD Gundam? And it's like, yes, I actually really like the SD Gundam franchise. I mean, I've been kind of a casual fan of the Gundam franchise as it is, but I'm not going to deny whenever I say this, whenever SD Gundam comes up, most people that I talk to don't care much for SD Gundams. It's sort of like the equivalent of chibis, if you will. If you're familiar with how chibis are, this is kind of in that same realm as well. However, though, I like them. You know, if I didn't like the chibis, I definitely like SD Gundams. They're really cool looking, you know, even despite the fact that, you know, if you're familiar with the show from Toonami, SD Gundams, yeah, their eyes have that cuteness design look, but overall, they look really cool, really. They look really cool. And this one's no different. This one is obviously looking into the Gundam franchise as a whole. Every Gundam incarnation show that's in existence, from like the original Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam series, to Gundam Wing, Gundam Seed, and G Gundam. So I mean, it's got a lot of them. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably got all of them, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, actually. This is one of those things where it's like it involves the Gundam universe, and they're in SD Gundam form, which is really cool. But at any rate, though, in terms of the demo that I played through and stuff like that, which, by the way, the demo, in terms of what you can do after you complete it and stuff like that, is pretty cool. We'll get into that in a little bit. But first and foremost, let's talk about the story. The story basically follows this group of people that were gathering data and stuff, and they somehow end up being warped into what I'm essentially thinking is a database of the history of Gundams. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, essentially they are in a database for Gundams and stuff. And so the computer basically tells them, hey, the universe of Gundams is being manipulated and stuff, so we need you to go out and fix these breaks in reality and stuff. So they go into different periods of time and everything like that, and they fix the anomaly. They go through two periods. They go through the period in which where the anomaly happens, and then they go back into it again to correct it. And it's really cool. All the Gundams, for those that are familiar with the Gundam franchise, will recognize the majority of the characters, and even will recognize the majority of the Gundams within existence. And it's really cool. I really like it. The idea of being able to go back into the Gundam series and just either relive the previous time periods and see the Gundams, or see some of the ones that I'm not familiar with. Which, I have to say, there's quite a lot of them. I did not realize there were that many Gundam shows that was created. I mean, it's like Power Rangers, except, in my opinion, slightly better. But anyway, details aside, in terms of gameplay, though, the gameplay, I have to say, when I heard SD Gundam Battle Assault, I was expecting not a really good transparent of how the gameplay would be. This gameplay, however, is really solid. It's really good. Like, I was actually surprised as to how well it works. Like, yeah, most of your attacks and your dodge mechanics is based on a boost gauge, but in terms of combat, like firearms and weaponry and how well it works and stuff, it's actually really fluid. Like, I'm not going to deny whenever I say this, it plays, like, spot on really good. I really love the combat to this one. I honestly got so addicted to the gameplay that I just was like, I wanted to keep playing it, and then I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, the demo's almost down, I bet. So, but it's a pretty lengthy demo by itself, so I was like, okay, this has quite a bit. And then by the time I beat the segment that is portion of the demo, it says, oh, you have the ability to upgrade your Gundam by level 5, and you can have upwards to 5 Gundams. And it's like, oh, cool, so I get a certain amount of Gundams that I unlock, and then I can upgrade them to a certain period before it can't go up any higher due to a demo. And I can transfer that data to the main game whenever I finally get it, which I have to say, after playing this game, I'm definitely more than likely going to get this game. It's one of those games where I was like, I didn't know if it was going to be good or not, but the second I played the demo, I was like, oh, it got better. Like, I was happy to know that SD Gundams was kind of coming back in game form and stuff, and it looked good, and after playing it, I'm glad that it met my expectations. So I was like, yes, this is actually really good. So in terms of, like, the gameplay, that's basically what you see here. But in terms of, like, menu stuff and everything like that, it's an RPG. You know, you attain items, and it gives you a boost to the Gundams themselves. You can level up their stats. They level up naturally and everything like that. But the cool part is, which is actually my favorite part, is that you get to unlock different Gundams. Yes, as you play through the main story, you can unlock additional Gundams. You can unlock them, you can use them in combat, and I'm guessing, this is just my guess, I may be completely wrong, but my guess is you get to play as all of the possible Gundams within the assistance of the franchise. For the most part, it's actually really good. I really, really cannot stress this whenever I say this. I'm really excited to know that this game is looking good, and it plays good, and I would definitely give it a solid recommendation. Obviously, I have not gotten the game yet, which is why I'm not going to give it a rating. It's an impressions video. I have 2 other complaints. One of them is that it's only Japanese voice acting. There's no English voice acting. They're English subtitles, which doesn't bother me, but in a game like this where a lot can go on and you can't hear the voice acting and everything like that, you kind of need to have English voice acting. But that's just my nitpick. I'm gonna accept that it's just a nitpick opinion, and it's just that's what it is, an opinion. But the second complaint that I have is that in terms of physical release, there is no official physical release of this coming to America. As far as from what I've read, it's only available digitally. You can, however, though, go to Play Asia and get the English translation version of this game and have it shipped to you. Obviously, you can go to Play Asia. But unfortunately, it's digital only here in the United States, which sucks. So it's like, oh, that's rather disappointing. So it's one of those things where it's like, if I want to get it physically, I'm going to have to go to Play Asia, which I've only had one other game that I've actually gotten from Play Asia. I've never gotten any other number of games from them. So, you know, if I really wanted to get this physically, I'm going to have to go there, which I may do that. I don't know. But I have to say, overall, if you're a fan of Gundams, I definitely would give this a strong recommendation to give it a shot and play it. I know for some people they don't care much for the chibi art style, but you're looking at the game. You're looking at the game. You're looking at the chibi art style. It's pretty nicely detailed. This is on the PS4, mind you. It's also available for PS5 and Nintendo Switch. But this looks good. This looks really, really good. So, for it being what it's supposed to be, it looks really good. And I like how they're designed. I like it. So, if you have to ask my opinion, I'm definitely going to give this a playthrough whenever I get a chance. You know, it might take me a while, but I'll definitely give this a shot. But if you're a fan of Gundams, I definitely would give this a shot, you know. The demo is available right now, and yeah, like I said, if you beat the demo, you can play through it a number of times until you max out all the stats that you're able to max out at, and then you can carry it over to the main game when it comes out on August 25th. So, for you guys who are interested in this, definitely check it out. It's definitely worth it, I think, in my opinion. But anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.
そのユノというレディーがプログラマー。今回はパイロットとプログラマーをそれぞれ分けてきたということか。パイロットの腕は申し分ない。なるほど。アップデート前のラトレイヤーでは厳しい。今回はそれぞれ分け